Well, good morning, everyone, team. Let's start the session for today. Meanwhile, others can join parallelly. So, in the last session, team, on Friday, we were talking about the configurations of actions and action reasons in the system. And as part of that, we have seen what are actions and what are action reasons, how to configure them in the system. That all we have seen, team. And we started with the concept of lookups, but I could not able to complete that setup, team. So let me start with the topic of lookups in today's session. So what are lookups in the Fusion system, team? And also I told you, this is one of the utmost important concept in the real-time projects that you are going to work. And also from the point of interviews, if you take also, team, the concept of lookups are very important. First of all, what are lookups and how we can configure them in the system? Okay. See, team, any page in the system you take, any screen in the system you take, team. Okay. By default, Oracle standardly delivering certain fields on every page. For example, team, I'm going to one of the end user transaction screen. Let's say my client group, new person, and hire an employee. My client group, new person, hire an employee. Not necessarily hire an employee. You might take any of your existing screens that what we have completed so far, or any other screens you take. Any screen you take, team. But example, I'm taking hire an employee. You can able to see several fields that which Oracle delivered in the system. See, hire date, action, reason, legal employer, last name, first name, title, middle name, gender. And if I go to the next tab, even on that page also, I can able to see standard fields everywhere, team. But here, if you could notice, some of the fields are free format. Means what, team? As a HR, when I'm performing any transaction on this page, for these fields, if you observe, manually I can write, team. See, last name, then first name. The field is open. That is open field, what we can able to manually capture. But some of the fields, if you could notice, team, title is there. See, I have some options here. Doctor, Miss, Mr., Mrs., and gender is there. Then male, female, or let's say team. These are legal employers that what we configured in the system. Let's say team, I'm hiring one employee by name, Shoyotek Kumar. Then I will go to next tab. So see here, team, even in the second tab also, you can able to find, let's say, phone details, see, phone type. I have options here, see, work phone, second work phone, home fax, other, or the country code, or email details if I come. Then email type, work email, home email, or marital status field. You can able to see single, married, widowed, then religions, atheist, Buddhist, Christianity. What are all these, team? From where all these are coming? These are called as lookups in the Fusion system. What are lookups in the Fusion application, team? The list of values, that are available to the standard Oracle delivered seeded fields on any page of the Fusion application. They are called as lookup. What is that, team? The list of values, that are available to the Oracle delivered standard fields on any page of the application. These all are Oracle delivered standard fields, correct, team? These all are Oracle delivered standard fields. So the list of values available to the seeded Oracle delivered standard fields on any page of the application, they are called as lookups. What we are looking up to the value. If you want to capture something, what we are looking up to that field, they are called as lookups, team. Now here, why we required Kumar to discuss this? Here, team, do we have the scope to customize the values for any particular field? My client is telling, Kumar, in my organization, whenever my HR hiring the new employee, in the second tab, person information tab, here please give us one more value called personal email. Please give us something called personal email. Or here you give something called mutually understand it, something an option, because I want to capture for my employees this all information, mutually understand it, or whatever that team, not only these fields, any field you take. My client asking to capture some custom values. By default team, Oracle delivers standard values for every field, whatever that having the drop down concept. On top of Oracle delivered values, can we able to customize them? That we have to be doing in the concept of lookups team. So as I told you already in the last class, okay, for configuring the lookups team, we don't have a single task to work on lookups team. For screen to screen, for every business object, okay, you have the individual task available team. So for that matter, what I told you, we have to go to setup and maintenance. We have to go to setup and maintenance, and then team, you search like this, whatever the way that I am searching now. Go to setup and maintenance. Go to setup and maintenance. Okay. Search like this team. Manage percentile lookup. So by searching like this, what happens, team? What are the individual tasks available for different business objects with respective to the lookups configuration? You can able to see all of them. Manage geography lookups, manage legal entity configurator lookups, manage location, manage organization. Organization means departments. Then manage job lookups, manage position lookups, person lookups. Again, within person, country respective, some options will be differed for that if you want. For some countries, Oracle given that individual tasks. So what not team? Manage work terms and assignment lookups, termination lookups, payroll lookups, extract lookups, then absences for every screens, for every business objects. We have the individual tasks available team. So currently I am on person information screen. So whatever the lookups that you want to configuration on identification and person information tabs on hire and employees work area, you should go to manage person lookups team. If you want to configure the lookups at the employment information level, basically while we hiring team, in the third tab, we will capture the employee assignment details in our employment model, whatever we discussed, assignment details team. So on that page, if you want, you have something like manage work terms and assignment lookups. Like that for every page, or let's say team, we already configured locations in the system. On that location screens also, we have certain fields coming up with list of values. If you want to configure them, we should go to manage locations lookup, or let's say on our jobs creation screen, on our positions creation screen, or on our grades creation screen, or on our legal entity lookups. Then we have job lookups, we have position lookups, then what not team. For all the business objects, we have the individual tasks available team. Now my requirement is clear. What is that? In this person information screen, at this particular field, that is email type field, my client want to have some value coming up to me in this system. How I can configure that? Go to the respective task team, go to manage person lookups, go to manage person lookups. So on that person information screens, whatever the fields that are available with list of drop down values, that all lookup fields we can able to see. See citizenship status. So here we have C team, Citizenship, if I give something here, status, see, citizenship status, active, expired. This field is this one team. Then highest education level. Then we have highest education level with these options team. That field is here team. Then NID type. On the first tab, you will be able to see that team. In the identification tab, we have NID type at the bottom, Aadhaar, PAN card, like that. Then see team, religion, marital status. See here, religion, marital status, and then team, passport type. So here, if you can see team, passport type, this field. Okay. What not everything team, then visa permit status, then phone type, title, email type. See, email type, then phone type, whatnot. On the first tab, I have title field, Mr., Miss, that one. All the lookup fields, you can able to see them from the back end here. Go to the respective task. So now I am on the person information screen. Then I came to manage person lookup. So once you come to the lookup team, pick that respective field for which you want that team. I want for my email type field. Select that one and click on that lookup field, email type. Then you will land upon that lookup details team. See, email type is the field. And if I scroll down team, for that field of email type, whatever the lookup codes available in the system, that you can able to see. Work email, home email, then business. You can ask me, Kumar, in the back end for email type, we have 5 lookup codes. Correct? Work email, home email, business, other, obsolete, 5 options are there. But in the front end, why you are able to see only 2 options? Because only the 2 values are enabled team. See, enabled flag is there only for them. Rest of all are there, but they are not enabled team. So if you want to configure the lookups team, come to the respective task and pick up that respective lookup field and then come to the lookup codes team. Here you have the option to add and you have the option to delete. But we have certain limitation to work with lookups. Every value for every field, I cannot delete it team. For that matter, you have to understand what are the types of lookups we have. An important star marked interview question team. First of all, what are lookups? They might ask you. And then how many types of lookups we have in the system will be the next question. What are types of lookups team? We have total 3 types of lookups available team. They are simple. Follow this table. They are user defined lookup, system defined lookup, extension type of lookup. These are the 3 types of lookup configuration levels or 3 types of lookups we have team. User defined, system defined, and extension. How you can know that lookup is of what type? When you come to that lookup field team, come here, lookup configuration level you can able to see. And see team, currently this email type is what team? Extension type of lookup. This email type is what team? Extension type of lookup. That is what I'm seeing here, see? Extension. Some of the lookups team, here you will see coming as a user. See here, title, let me check out. See team, title field, that is of what team? User defined lookup team. Some fields, some lookup fields, you will see coming as system defined. So typically team, these are the 3 types of lookups that we have in the system team. User defined lookup, system defined lookup, and extension type of lookup. What do you mean by this lookup types team? See, if it is a user defined lookup team, we can able to add and we can able to delete team. We have plus and cross icons available, right team? we can able to add and we can able to delete whatever the values that you want to do in the system. You can able to add and you can delete whatever the lookup codes that you have for that field. If it is a system defined lookup for any field, if you see the lookup configuration level as system defined, the meaning is team, you can't touch anything. The plus icon will come with grayed out option. Even this plus icon, you will not be having to add any lookup code team. Any field in the system, if you see that lookup field here coming as system, that means team, it is a system defined lookup and we have to use whatever Oracle delivered codes. That's all. We cannot add or we cannot delete any value in that field team. If it is a user defined lookup type team, the values that you can add and you can delete whatever you want, you can do team. Some fields you will see as extension, like our email type. You can see as extension. For these type of fields team, Oracle delivered, these all are Oracle delivered team. I have the cross icon, see, whatever Oracle delivered, if I keep, I can't delete it, it got graded out. So you can add and you can delete only the custom ones. You cannot delete the seeded Oracle delivered values team. So these are the difference between these two. If it is an extension type of lookup, you can add your own custom lookup value and you can delete if you don't want. But you cannot touch the Oracle delivered values for that field. If it is system defined lookup, there is no provision. We have to use whatever Oracle delivered values. That's all. We can't add, we can't delete anything. But if any lookup you see that is coming as user defined team, you can add and you can delete the values that what you want in that field. So we have that leverage based upon the type of that lookup team. Now let's say I want for this email type. This is anyhow extension type. So I can add and I can delete whatever I want. I cannot touch the Oracle delivered ones. Okay. So I came to email type field team and then I'm clicking on plus icon here, right? Then I'm giving the option like personal email code I'm giving as PM and display sequence team. See, when I click on the drop down, work email positioned first, home email positioned second. Why? For the lookups, we have sequence defined in the backend team. From ascending order to descending order. See, work email is first position, 1. Home email is 2. So what I will do is I will give 0. Before 1, we will have 0, right? I'm giving 0. So my value that what I'm creating, that will stood first year team. It will stand first year team. So sequencing from ascending order to descending order in the front end, the options will be displaying accordingly team. Make sure that is enabled, that what I am creating, then only it will show in the front end. Then start date, end date team. So I can give 1/1/1951. So Oracle delivered values you can see coming as 1/1/0001T. But whatever you're creating, you can go. End date is not required to give. Later on, if you want to stop using this value, you can end it during that time. So whatever we pass in the meaning column, okay, that will display in the front end. It is a code, the lookup code PM. So the meaning what I'm giving in the UI level, that will show to me in the front end team. So pass your value in the meaning. Description is not required team. Tags, I will come in next 5 minutes. See team, for my email type lookup field, I'm adding the lookup code as personal email. See, I added a lookup code. Now let me click on save and close team. Right? Now go back, refresh the screen because simultaneously you are doing, immediately they might not reflect. Just go back and come in. So let me hire in one of the existing legal entity. Okay. Then proceed with the next. Now see team, observe carefully. If I scroll down, if I go to email type, if I click on plus icon, see here, personal email came and added. So as a HR, while I'm hiring the employee, I can use that detail and I can able to capture that team. See? And that too, that stood first in the list. Why? Display sequence as per the numbering that we given team, ascending order to descending order. The arrangement also will be done. Okay. So that is about team configuring the lookups in the system. How I define for this? You can pick up the appropriate field, whatever the values that you want, you can able to configure that team. So you come to the respective lookup task, figure out that field where that is exactly, and go and configure the lookup codes in that. Or let's say if I don't want that team, see I can select that and I can even delete that one. I told you right team, in extension type of lookup, you can't touch the Oracle delivered one. See if I keep my cursor here, delete option not coming to me. That is Oracle delivered one. I can observe easily team 110001 start date it will be. And this one see I created manually now. That is deletable. So in extension type lookup, what I told, whatever you want to add, you can add and you can delete. But Oracle delivered seeded values you cannot delete. That is of extension type I told you. So one more lookup code if you want to add, you can add. It's not only about email type. Anything you take team, let's say marital status. So this is user defined lookups team. So all the lookups codes you can able to see for this marital status team. Many things are there. Now here also some of you might get a question. What is that, Kumar? Whenever we hiring the employee in the system, when I go to marital status, only these 6 or 7 values I could able to see. But in the back end, when I came to this lookup of marital status team, many lookup codes are there. In fact, many are enabled also. Why they are not showing to us in the front end? We have something called tags concept team. Tag, TAG. Within the lookups team, we have something called tags in the system. What do you mean by tags team? Country respective validation. If your client expecting in the system, what is that team? What is that team? Country respective validation. If client expecting in the system, then the concept of tags will be helping out us team. An important concept, even from the point of interviews again team, they might ask you about the tags as well. What are tags, Kumar? See, we configured a value here team. Let's come back to our email type field. Here we configured a value team, personal email, right? So here my client is telling, Kumar, I'm using the system for my legal entities in different countries, US, UK, India, Canada. For all my legal entities, I'm using the Fusion system, right? This personal email, this personal email should be shown only whenever I'm hiring the employees in Indian based company. Only in India, I want to see that value. When I'm hiring the employees in US or in UK or in Canada, I don't want that option to be showing to my HR. Only if the HR hiring the employee in India, in that only this personal email option should show, but not for the people in UK, Canada, or Australia or US. How that to be done, team? Within the concept of lookups, we have something called tags, country respective validations you can enable, team. If you go to geographies team, you can pick up your country codes. For India, it is IN. For Canada, CA. For China, CH. For United States, US. For Australia, AU. Correct team. Country to country, we have our legislation codes. If you go to manage geographies, you can find them. pick up that code and enable the country's extension to that value. Only in India you want, not in any other country. Just include plus and the country code IN, the tag team. Personal email, country tag I am giving plus IN. So in this system, only in the country India, this value will be visible team, not anything else. Only in India, that value will be visible. So whenever a HR hiring an employee in Indian based company's team, if the HR is from India and is performing the transaction, here that value will be shown. But if you are hiring the employees in US or any other country's team, this personal email option will not show. So the lookup codes, whatever that we configuring for that field, you can maintain the country respective validation for them. Only in India means plus IN. Or let's say my client is telling Kumar, these fusion applications implemented for our US, UK, and Canada companies also, legal entities as well. So I want this to be available in India and US. Only in these two countries. Then team plus IN, comma, plus US. The legislation code for US is US. That is in the geographies area you can find plus IN, comma, plus US. So for these two countries, this field will be enabled. I can even handle the tags in a negative way also, team. I mean, the negative functionality also I can use. How you know? My requirement is this, team. I have the legal entities implemented in India, US, Canada, UK. Except India, in all other countries, my client wants this value. Simple. Vice versa, I'm talking. In except India, rest of all the three countries, this value should be available, team. Then simply you can pass negative, that is minus IN. That's all, team. So in this system, except in India, in all other countries, this value will be visible. So you can use plus and minus to include and exclude. Simple requirement. What, team? For all other countries, I want that value. Only for India, I don't want. So simply I'm passing as minus IN, team. So except India, for all other countries, this value will be visible. But if you want in a combination, like in multiple countries that your client using the fusion system, and client is telling Kumar, in India, I want the value. In US, I want the value. But in UK, I don't want. In Australia, I don't want. So multiple combinations also you can use plus IN, okay, comma, plus US, comma, minus UK, okay, then minus, comma, minus CA. Like that, in combinations also you can use, team, plus and minus combinations. So tags are nothing but, team, an extended topic within the lookups. Any country respective validations that you want to maintain, you can able to enable the tags for your lookup code, team. So this is about the concept of lookups in the system. Not only email type, you go to any field, configure the lookup code that will reflect in the front end. So we have the scope to customize the values according to the client business requirement, team. So example, I'm taking hire an employee and I'm explaining you from the point of person information, team. But it could be any screen in the system. Entire transactions in core HR module you take, or absence module you take, payroll module you take, everywhere you go, team. On any screen, if you want to configure the lookups, you have to go to the respective lookup task, pick up that lookup code and lookup field, and then configure the lookup codes to that particular field, team. So that is about the concept of lookups in the fusion system. That is the concept of lookups in the fusion system. Next, team. What is the next topic that we can start, team? We have something called DFFs in the system. what do you mean by DFF? From day one, in many of the screens, we are seeing team. When we're defining our enterprise, locations, divisions, legal entities, everywhere team, there is something called context value and action reasons. So I told you that we will discuss here. Actions and action reasons we understood. Now we are going to talk about the concept of flex fields. First of all, team, we have to understand, before we understanding about DFF, first of all, we have to understand in the Oracle, in Oracle Fusion HCM Cloud, we have a concept called flex fields. What are they, team? In Fusion system, we have a concept called team flex fields. What are these flex fields, team? This is also very important concept, 5 stars market concept, team, in the system. Every project that you are going to work, take it as granted. Damn sure you are going to work in this concept of DFF. Without this, there will be no project implementation happen. Even from the point of interviews also, if you take, without this, there will be no interview as well as far as core HR is concerned, team. That important concept. We have something called team flex fields in the Fusion application. What do you mean by flex fields and how many types of flex fields we have in the system? Basically, team, we have 3 types of flex fields. They are descriptive flex field, then key flex fields. I will list out first of all how many are there, then I will explain you. Then team extensible flex fields. So in total, okay, in total, we have team 3 types of flex fields in the Fusion application. They are descriptive flex field. In short, we will call it as DFF. Then we have key flex fields. In short, we will call it as KFF. Then we have something called extensible flex fields. We will call it as EFF. So in total, team, if anyone asks you, tell them we have 3 types of flex fields in Oracle Fusion HCM Cloud application. They are descriptive flex field, key flex fields, and extensible. First of all, what are flex fields, team? What are flex fields, team? Any field that can be flexibly configured on any page of the application, they are called as descriptive flex fields. So Vijay was asking me a question now. Can we create a new custom field and assign a lookup? That is the concept, Vijay. That is flex fields. So basically, team, any page you take in the system, by default, Oracle standardly delivering the fields. It's not necessarily hire an employee. You take any page in the Fusion system across the module, any configurations, any transactions in core HR absence, any page you take. By default, team, on every page, Oracle standardly delivering the fields. But do we have the flexibility to configure any custom field on any page of the application? Absolutely yes. That are called as flex fields, team. Flex field, nothing but any field that can be flexibly configured on any page of the application. They are called as flex fields, team. Simply, what is that? Any field that can be flexibly configured on any page of the application, they are called as flex fields, team. By default, on every page, Oracle delivers the standard fields. But on top of them, if client want to capture any additional information, we supposed to create any custom fields to capture that information. Then we have the flexibility to configure the custom fields like this team. Now we are on the identification page. My client is telling Kumar, on this page, whenever the HR hiring the employee, on top of all these details, can you give me a field something called employee project details? Let's say employee project details. My client is telling Kumar, every employee in my organization will be working on different projects like project A, project B. This is a requirement team I will give here. My client asking me to configure a new field, something called employee project details. And Kumar, I want that field with the list of values to that, like project A, project B, project C, project D, and project E, like that thing. This is a requirement. Observe carefully. This is the field, and these are the values my client expecting team. Where on this page, Kumar, whenever HR hiring an employee on this identification page, give me a field, something called employee project details, and give me the values to that project A, project B, project C. So my HR, whenever they're hiring the employee, they will capture employee is part of which project. See, example, I'm taking this as a requirement, but in real time, it could be anything. Simply, why flex fields are required means on top of the Oracle delivered seeded fields, any extra information that you want to capture with respective to any business object, we have the flexibility to configure the custom fields on any page of the application team. Again, I'm telling it's not only on hire an employee screen. Any page in the system you take, you have the flexible maximum pages, I can tell, not 100% on every page, but for maximum pages team, we have the flexibility to configure the custom fields on any pages team. They are called as flex field. Any field that can be flexibly configured on any page of the application, they are called as flex fields. Now team, in that we are going to see descriptive flex fields. See, descriptive flex fields are the individual fields which can be configured on any page of the application team. Maximum to maximum in all the pages in the Fusion system, the concept of descriptive flex fields will be available team. Like this, all the individual fields. Example, I'm giving employee project detail. Let's say my client asking me, Kumar, create some 5 or 6 additional fields. On every page, the individual fields we can able to configure team. They are called as a descriptive flex field. But whereas coming to key flex field and extensible flex field team, everywhere they are not available. For key flex fields, Oracle designated certain place. Only there we can configure. In payroll module, I'm going to explain you the other flex fields team. See, if you come to payroll sheet, the very first concept in payroll we are going to start will be key flex fields. In that we have people group key flex field, cost allocation. We have a specific purpose of them in payroll team. We will talk about that key flex field when we reach out to the payroll. Even this extensible also I will talk during that time. Now in the core HR module team, we will see the concept of descriptive flex field, DFF. So unlike these other flex fields, DFFs are available throughout many pages in the application team. So on any page, if you want to create the custom fields and you want to capture the information team, then you have the flexibility to configure the DFFs. How you can configure that, Kumar? Step 1, first of all, be clear with the requirement on which page that your client expecting to create and what is that field. how that field to be defined with list of values. This is the requirement team. And the page also I'm clear. In the identification screen, I want to create. Then how I can do? Wherever I want, I cannot define. My client asking Kumar, there is an empty place here, create it. No, I can't do like that team. On every page, Oracle standardly designated certain places team where you can create the custom fields. You have to find out that. How you can do that one team? Be on the screen where you want to configure the flex field. Okay. And then come to the right side settings and action. Come to the right side settings and action. And here team under administration, we have something called highlight flex field. What is this feature team? Highlight flex field. If you click on that, whatever the DFF sections available on this page, they will be getting highlighted. See team, on every page in the Fusion application team, certain DFF sections were embedded. We have the provision to configure the custom fields under the DFF sections only. How you can find out that team? Be on the screen, first of all, where you want to configure the flex fields, right team? And then come to the right side taskbar and then click on team under administration, highlight flex field. By doing this team, whatever the DFF sections available on that page will get highlighted. Now my screen got loaded. Now if I scroll down, see team, the descriptive flex field. And what is the section that is? If I keep my cursor on the tie symbol, I can able to see that team, per person's DFF, person attributes. This is the DFF section available team. And if you could notice team, this employee reward points highlighted with bold and pencil symbol. What is the meaning of this? In real time also, whenever you are working in the client application, to identify the descriptive flex fields on that particular page, simply come to the page and click on highlight flex field. By doing that team, whatever the DFF sections available on that page will get highlighted. At the same time, if any field configured in that section, employee reward points is a custom field configured in this demo instance on this page of identification team. The standard Oracle delivered fields, you will find no change anything. But if you find a field bolding with a pencil icon something, then come to the conclusion that team, that particular field is a flex field, someone created in the system. Okay. Rest of the fields are normal because they are seeded fields team. That is one way how, as an implementation consultant, you can able to identify team that whether it is a Oracle delivered field or it's a custom field created in the system. Okay. Now I want to configure my custom field, that is employee project detail. How I can configure team? Once you come to identification tab or any other page where you want. My requirement is now on the identification tab, I have to configure. So once you come to your identification tab and once you highlighted the flex field, the available DFF section is this one. If you go to next screen team, on every page, the DFF sections will be enabled now. See, on person information tab, if you want to configure, here you have the flexibility to define team. What is the DFF section? Per person legislative address DFF. And then team, if I scroll down, the DFF section available here also. See, person legislative info. So wherever the DFF sections are available, there we have the provisions to configure the flex fields team. Then if you go to next tab, employment information tab. Okay, even here also you can able to find the DFF sections available team. Come to the employment information tab. Okay. Still loading. Okay. See team, when I come to the employment information tab, I have the descriptive flex field sections available. What is this team? Per person legislative DFF. And if I scroll down at the assignment level, see we have here the DFF sections available team. What are they? What are they? Per assignment legislative. Like this team on every page. Again, I am telling, not necessarily hiring screen. Any configuration screen that you go team. Once you click on highlight flex field team, whatever the available flex field sections on that page. One second, let me give that business unit because it's a mandatory field. It won't allow us to proceed. Okay. Any screen that you go team, the moment you come to the right side settings and action, and once you click on highlight flex field team, the available DFF sections on that page will get highlighted. So by that, we can able to understand, okay, on this page, we have the flexibility to configure the DFF and you can create the particular DFF team. So on this page of identification, here I have the DFF section. So here under date of birth, I can create team, whatever the custom fields I want to define. I cannot change that DFF's allocation in the system wherever I want team. No, wherever Oracle designated in the system team, the space for custom fields, when you highlight them, the DFF sections will be available accordingly team. So here you can able to configure the custom flex fields. How we can define Kumar? Okay, what are DFFs we understood? Then we also got the requirement from my client that I have to create this custom field with list of values. Then how I can proceed team? So be clear first of all with the requirement on which screen. Now we understood team. And we want to create the custom flex field here. Then team, once after coming to the page and once you highlight the flex field team, the descriptive flex field, if you can see, what is that it is? Per person attributes. Correct team? Person attributes, I mean to say. Person attributes team. Per person DFF. Now here team, we have a hammer and we have a wrench option. That is what settings button team. Configure descriptive flex field. If you want to configure a custom field under this DFF section, click on this configure descriptive flex field option team. You will be landing upon the flex mode setup page. Okay, 1 second team. Let me click on this. It's still loading. There is some issue with the pop-up, I believe. Click on done. Let me click on this. So here one more tab will open team. We'll be landing upon the flex mode setup page. Now see. Flex mode setup. So the moment you click on that settings button team of your DFF section, then you will land upon this page, flex mode setup. And what is that team? Manage flex fields. And this is a section team. What is that? Person attributes, per person's DFF. So whatever we are seeing here team, the DFF section details you can able to see team. What is that? Per person's DFF. See, person attributes. Right team? You can able to check out here, whatever the DFF section name and all. And once you click on settings team, you will land upon that flex mode setup page for the DFF section, person attributes, per person DFF. Once you come here team, you have a edit option here. Click on edit and you will land upon this page team. Edit descriptive flex field, person's attributes. Okay. And here team, we have something called global segments. We have something called global segment. And here you could see team, already there is a segment or a field called employee reward points. See, going forward, whenever I use a word field, segment, attribute, I'm referring to one and the same. That is nothing but a field team. Okay, in flex fields team, you can call it as a field, or you can call it as a segment, or you can call it as an attribute. Any name that if I'm calling that I'm referring to the field on the page. So see team, once you come to your flex field section team, person attribute under global segments, you can able to see that employee reward points. That is what you are seeing in the front end also team. See, when I'm performing my hiring transaction under my DFF section, if you could see employee reward points, I can able to see. So whatever the DFFs that we configured team, that we can able to see it in the front end here. And in the back end, if you want to check out team, you can able to check out from these global segments. Okay, that is employee reward points. Now my requirement is to create a new segment in the system team. My requirement is to create a new segment in the system team. How I can configure that team? Click on plus icon. You will land upon create segment. You will land upon create segment. So from here team, you can able to configure the new flex field in the system. Okay. Create segment, nothing but creating a new field, right? Then this is the flex field section, person attributes team. And here you can start providing all your details. So what is the field you want to create team? Let's say I want to create something called employee project details. Name, code automatically will take, and API name also will automatically take. So what do you mean by this API name? Whenever you're creating a custom segment, a custom field in the system, see the API names will be used team if at all in your client's business, any third party integration happening team from Fusion system. Let's say only couple of modules your client using in Oracle Fusion HCM. Couple of modules they are using in third party. Some integration happened through OIC or through other web services or something team. In that, basically, when that integrations happening team, when what data that we want to call from the Fusion system, we will be writing the queries over there. During that time, if this information about the employee also, if you that person, I mean, with respective to one second team, if at all, when we configuring the segment team, what is the API name that coming up is whenever in the real-time projects, if your client having any integrations happen with the third-party tools, okay, and the data from the Fusion application being called and transferring to that third-party tool, basically there will be a query that which will be written team, the logic in that integration. Whenever that query is being written over there to pull the data from the existing Fusion tables team, if you want to extract about the employee information with respective to this field, this API name can be used over there. See team, specify a name that identifies the segment in web services, reporting, and other integration points team. So this is something to refer this field whenever the integrations or any other logics or the queries that we are going to write in going forward. It might be in the reports as well team, in the BIP reports or in the HCM extracts. For any employee, if you want to fetch these field details also about the employee team, then this API names will be used over there. If anyone from technical background team, you can able to understand or you can able to know how to use the concept of APIs in the system. Okay. So that is about the API name. You don't need to give anything. By default, the name that what we given, based on that, it will be taking up team. So that is about that. Description is not required team. Enable, make sure this is checkbox, because if you are creating a field by unchecking this, no use team, that segment will not reflect in the front end. So make sure that you are creating the field with the enable flag. And then team, whenever you creating the custom segment, custom field in your DFF section team, column assignment, this is important to capture. What do you mean by column assignment team? we have different data types available, team. What are they? Just I will give you a walkthrough about this, and we'll continue this topic in tomorrow's session, team, because in next 4 or 5 minutes, I cannot complete the setup. It will take at least half an hour more to discuss. What do you mean by column assignment here, team? When you're creating a segment in the system, data type, first of all, team. See how many data types that Oracle system will support whenever you're creating a custom segment. Now I'm creating a field by name employee project detail. That field is going to capture what sort of data: project A, project B, C, D, E, character format data. Correct, team? Employee project details field, what I am creating, that field is going to capture character related data. So that field is of character type field. But team, in Fusion system, 4 types of data type fields you can create. One is character type field. One is number type, and the one other is date, and the fourth one is date and a time. Four data types fields we can able to configure in the Fusion system whenever you're configuring the custom flex field team. Now I am creating the field of character format. In that field, the data that I'm going to capture will be in the characters. Let's suppose, team, someone created here a field called employee reward points. In that, what type of field that is? In that, I'm going to capture numbers. I'm going to capture numbers. See, this is number type field, team. I'm going to capture number. So whenever you configuring the custom segment, team, we have to give that information. This field you are creating is going to capture what data in it. So what data type field it is, whether it is character. If I create character, team, in the front end, I can only capture character format data here, no number formatted data. If I give number and if I click on next, it will throw up an error because that field is of number type field. So team, when you configuring the flex field, we have to be very clear with the requirement of the client. So when you creating a new segment or new field, what type of field it is, whether you are going to capture character data in that, number data, or some fields, if you see date formatted, let's say date of birth is there, a field that is date formatted. See, calendar is coming. Do you want to create a field like this, date formatted? Then create date. Some will have date and time, both you can maintain, team. Like here, date and also team. Under that, you can able to find here even the time also coming up. I can able to capture date and time. So what type of field that you are going to create? What data type? Oracle support these 4 data types in a system, team. Character type field, number type field, date type, or date and time type. These 4 types of data types Oracle system supports, team. So whenever you're creating a flex field, we have to choose our field will be of which data type. So our field currently will be character type field, team. These all are characteral data, that what I'm going to capture in that. So choose that, team. Okay. So I will conclude the topic here for today, team. In tomorrow's session, we will continue with the segment creation in the system. And within DFF's team, we have to talk a lot more things. Like we have to talk about this context sensitive segments. Then this global segment concept we have to discuss. And whenever we configuring the flex fields, we should also talk about a concept called a value set. So 3 to 4 associated concepts are there when we're talking about flex fields, team. So tomorrow we are going to see all of them. So I will conclude the topic here for today, team. Any questions as such with respective to lookups and with respective to the flex fields in the system, team?
Hi Kumar,
Yes.
this is Krishna.
Yes,
Yeah,
Krishna.
Kumar, let us say you are enable this descriptive flex field and you create one DFF employee project details. And
Mhm.
after some time, when you disable that DFF field using that setup maintenance there, this field also, I mean, disable or
Right.
only that descriptive flex field only disable?
No, the field, whenever you
Both.
disable, when you are
Uh,
disabling, you are disabling that particular.
Not here, not here, not here. Uh, in scroll up. If you disable there, yeah, there. Not here. There is setup and maintenance is there, right? I'm sorry. What is I forgot that.
Setup and maintenance.
No, after the setup and
Kumar
highlight.
is saying
Sorry,
about the highlight and
Acha,
analyze.
highlight.
acha.
Sorry.
No, no, highlight flex fields means field will be there. Only that
Oh,
highlighting will go. Now let's say this is a field already created by someone, right? Now
right.
simply I will unhighlight the flex field. Let's say see, I'm just going to set up and maintain, sorry, settings and action and just I'm
Sorry. Unhighlight.
yeah.
Scroll down.
So that section will be gone and the DFF will remain there.
Wow. Then
See, this option is there only to find out what are the available sections on that page and if at all any fields configured under that section to highlight them, to distinguish them compared to the seeded fields that what are the custom fields. See, employee reward
okay,
point is there.
okay. Thank
Yeah.
Yeah, hi Kumar, Raisa here. I have a question. Yeah, so the way for manage lookups, we can specify country specific. Like we want to show a few values only for a country specific. We can have client requirement like that.
Hmm.
So do we have the same privilege? Like we have a client requirement showing up this field only for this location, and it shouldn't be there for another country.
We
So
can achieve directly, we cannot, but through page level customization, we can achieve that through sandbox.
okay,
Through EL expression, we can input our legislation code there and we can able to achieve that requirement.
okay,
And even now, Oracle came up with something called auto completion rules, where some attributes based upon the countries, the visibility to be maintained. That is recently came into the system. Even through that
okay,
also you can able to do. That is also part of sandbox only.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi Kumar, this is Swati this side.
Yeah.
I
Hi.
have a question on lookup.
Mhm.
Suppose in email type we have a business email type and home and we have done some transactions. But
Correct.
now client is saying that we don't want this option, business option. So if
Mhm.
what will happen to the existing data?
See, basically, existing data will not have any issue, but there is something called synchronized records. We have one process. After you deleting from the backend, if you run that synchronized person records process, the data will get updated accordingly with the latest corrections or the settings that what we did. Or if you are not running that process, usually at the employee level UI you will see, but at the back end that will be deleted. If you click on edit once, that data will be updated accordingly.
Okay. And suppose if we are creating our custom lookup, can
Hmm.
we tag to that to the delivered one? Suppose email
Custom,
type is
one second, custom lookup we are not creating here. Lookup code we are creating to the lookup field.
we can't create our own custom lookup.
That we will call it as flex field. It's not part of lookup. That is custom field. If you want to create, that is lookup flex field.
So our custom flex field we can tag to the delivered lookup. Like if email type business is getting, we are clicking on the business, and then some other flex field is getting unable like that.
That's a don't club between lookups and flex field. Lookups are just to the Oracle seeded delivered fields. What are the values that we are configuring? They are lookups. Flex fields are something on top of Oracle delivered fields, custom fields that we are configuring. They are called as flex fields. But for flex field that what you are configuring also, you can maintain the list of values that we will call a concept how value sets is there for flex fields. Lookups are for seeded Oracle delivered fields. Value sets we have for customly defining field in the system. But we cannot
Okay.
use that lookup code directly to the flex field. No, that mapping we cannot do.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically, apart from character, date, string, or any text field, we can also have a drop down, flex field in the form of list or the drop down. Correct?
Yeah,
Okay,
list means that is part of character or number again. I'm
correct,
just talking about here which data type we can insert.
correct.
How you want the field, whether you want the field with a drop down or a
Yes,
checkbox like this or a
yeah,
text box, that we
yeah.
can achieve.
Whether you want it to be a flex, like a complete text field, a free form field, or
Correct.
whether you want it to be a list kind of field. Okay,
That we can achieve. That actually here only we have, when we creating the flex field, we have the option to choose here, display type.
correct.
So once I give some prompt or something here, sorry, if these details of character or something, we have the options to choose. So this I will tell in
संडे
tomorrow.
मोटू कहाँ है?
Okay.
So, Kumar, we can as well add the fields like these basic details, like the headers on the top, through descriptive flex field itself.
Headers means where, Shamada?
Basic details, personal details, those kind of.
These things.
No, in the list here, we have
Hmm.
headers, right? Basic details. And then under that, we have
No,
higher data.
these are not DFFs. These are sections basically. These sections, if you want to rename something, sandbox.
Okay,
Sandbox and page composer tool. To that you can do.
got it.
We'll see
Thanks.
that anyhow in our sandbox class.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks, Kumar.
Kumar,
Yeah, Gautam.
but yeah, is there any like such requirement? If this kind of requirement, then we need to go for descriptive key and extensible. We can bifurcate them, or
We have
yeah.
that. We have that. See, DFFs are available throughout maximum screens, but key flex fields are extensible flex fields. Oracle dedicated only to certain screens for a particular requirement only. So when we reach out to the KFF, you will understand for what purpose we have key flex field, what purpose we have extensible. DFFs are available everywhere on any screen. If client want to capture any additional information, the purpose of DFF will serve. But these two, why they are available, we'll let you know when we're talking about this. Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Well, team, I will conclude here for today. Let's join back tomorrow and we'll continue, team. Thank you, everyone.